Welcome to the 2024 Distinguished Educators Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I'm Coletta Parsley. I'm the Director of Teacher Education in the Patton College of Education here at the university. Whether you are a family member, friend, or colleague of the inductees, a P-12 educator, a member of our UPIKE family, a community member, or an aspiring educator, because we do have some of our students with us tonight, we are grateful for your presence, and we thank you for coming to celebrate a remarkable group of individuals who have dedicated their lives to the noble profession of education. This is not just an event, it is a testament to the profound impact that exceptional educators have on our society. I always share a quote from American philosopher Sidney Hook, who said, "Everyone who remembers his own education remembers teachers, not methods and techniques. The teacher is the heart of the educational system." Being an educator is more than a profession. It requires passion and an amazing commitment to the growth of every student. Our distinguished educators embody these qualities and many more. No doubt, their contributions have shaped countless lives and will continue to inspire future generations. If you notice in the back of your program, you have a list of distinguished educators from previous years. If we have any of those people with us, would you please stand and be recognized? It's an honor to have you with us this evening. Please allow me to introduce the people in the row behind me. First, we have Dr. Marisa Greer, who is our Vice President of Academic Affairs. Our President, Dr. Burton Webb. And our UPIKE faculty, Johnny Fleming, David Sloan, James King, and Teresa Daher. At this time, Dr. Webb will give the invocation, after which Dr. Greer will give the opening remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Parsley. Would you please stand with me as we ask the Lord's blessing on our proceedings this evening? Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful for the world, the universe that you have made, that you've brought into existence. We ask this evening that as we pause and reflect on the impact that teachers have on our lives, that you would be in this room, that you would be present here. We ask that you would walk with them in and out of the classrooms that they serve, give them the skills that they need to be excellent at what they do, to reassure their students that they are deeply cared for, and to carry forward that message that teaching is perhaps the most important of services we can do for one another. We thank you, God, for their lives, for the ways in which they serve others, and ask that you would help each of us to do the same in our turn and in our measure. We pray these things in Christ's name. Amen. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good evening. It is such an honor to stand before you tonight for this very important occasion. We are here to celebrate the profound impact of education and the educators who dedicate their lives to shaping the minds of those around us. that will lead and guide our future. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the distinguished educators being recognized here today on stage with me. This year marks the beginning of my 25th year as an educator, all within the college or university setting in Appalachia. I've had the privilege of seeing firsthand the powerful role that education plays in the communities that are often overlooked. The Appalachian region, known for its breathtaking landscapes and deep cultural roots, is home to yet hardworking, resilient families. Yet, it is also a place where many of our students face unique challenges: economic hardship, geographic isolation, and the lack of resources that can often create barriers to their educational success. Teaching in Appalachia means not just delivering lessons, but building connections with students who may be navigating a world very different from their peers in an urban or more affluent area. It means recognizing that education is not just about imparting knowledge, it is about being an advocate, a mentor, and sometimes a lifeline. Every student has a story, and it's often one of perseverance, strength, and untapped potential. The role of an educator in this region is to unlock that potential. It's about creating opportunities in places where resources may be limited, and about showing students that the world is so much bigger than the borders of their towns. I believe that some of the most transformative educational work happens in rural areas, because it is in these spaces that teachers must innovate, motivate, and advocate for their students in a way that goes far beyond the classroom. I'd like to share just a small personal story regarding a student's life that I've been able to follow from start to finish from her educational journey in higher ed. My prior experience, I come in as a nursing faculty many years ago in the year 2000 when I got my first position. Moving through nursing programs, you see students go through. Sometimes they're successful, sometimes they change their majors. That's just the way college goes. But I had one young lady about 10 years ago that it just really stands out to me to this day. She's from an eastern Kentucky county, family affected by substance abuse, substance use disorder, lost a parent to that, struggling to make her way, married young, right out of high school. I don't think she had graduated yet when she got married, had a small child. She entered the nursing program after years of taking courses along the way, trying to get to that point. Sadly, she had to repeat a semester, but that did not defeat her in the slightest. She told me that she would be back, she would see me the next semester, and she was going to make it and finish the program. She did that. She returned, joined the nursing student club that we had, which we also were part of a national organization. She was elected and held a seat as an officer. That year, through a lot of fundraising, the National Student Nursing Association had their conference in Salt Lake City, Utah. The students had raised enough money to send 3 from the junior year and 3 from the senior year, and this individual was one of those students. She didn't share with us until about a month before the trip. She had never left Kentucky, and she had only been to Lexington one time when she was much younger, and she couldn't remember that much about it. First airplane travel, everything. We went to the airport together. I stayed with her. She drops her suitcase off, and she has her carry-on, and she felt so proud of everything because we had talked about what you can take, what you can't take. I wanted the students to all be counseled together. I didn't want anyone to be singled out, just for those that weren't that savvy travelers. We get up to TSA and get ready to start into the line, and I say, now you don't have any liquids, no large, nothing. She opens her bag up and pulls out 2 24-ounce shampoo bottles. I went, oh, okay, no, we can't do those. So of course they made her, so that's how the trip starts. She's having to throw things there in the disposal. And I was like, oh no, oh, bless her. But she stayed strong. She said, I am so sorry, I misunderstood that. I said, no worries. So we get there, get to the conference, everything is going wonderful. But the food at some of these, when you're right there at the conference setting, they had kiosks, and it was a little pricey. And the students had a certain amount that they had for spending, and anything over, they had to have had their own funds to do. So across the street was a food court with McDonald's and Wendy's and some lesser expensive places. So her and another student said, hey, do you want to walk over with us? I said, of course, because I wanted to kind of make sure that there was somebody keeping an eye on the different groups. We got over to that location, and it was a remodeled warehouse. And you had to ride an escalator to get to the second floor, and I didn't see an elevator. I'm sure there was one. The other young lady jumps on the escalator and takes off, and this student grabs my arm, and she goes, please don't make fun of me, but I have no idea how to get on this or use it. And I said, I will never make fun of you. Let's do this together. So we locked arms. I told her about the timing, watch it for a little bit, and we jumped on the escalator together. We did a sightseeing tour the next day, went to a very tall location in Salt Lake City where you could really get an amazing view. It was actually at a hospital that let this tour company come through. She stood there and cried. And she said that she knows the Lord's work is amazing, but she had never seen something so beautiful with her own eyes. That trip concluded very successfully. She felt very accomplished traveler by the time she took the return back from Salt Lake, changed planes, and made it safely home. The moral of the story is about showing that perseverance and resilience. The wonderful thing is to watch her subsequently and how it has changed her life. That young lady that had never left Kentucky, had not flown, now goes on vacations with her family because her financial situation changed so drastically. She does beach trips with some of her friends that she still keeps up with from the nursing program. And every time I see things shared on social media with her, I go back to that life-changing impact that education has. It starts from grade school, P-12 situation into higher education. To all the educators being recognized tonight, know that your work ripples out into the world in ways you may not always see. You are changing lives, opening doors, and planting seeds of hope, which are the foundation upon which future generations will build. As we celebrate your achievement, let us also remember that that work is ongoing. The challenges facing our education system are real, but so too is the power of educators like you to overcome them. I'm proud to be part of this community of teachers who continue to push the boundaries and fight for the future of our students. Thank you for your dedication, your passion, and your unwavering commitment to the students and the communities you serve. Congratulations to all of today's honorees. Your work matters, and it will continue to inspire us all for generations to come. Thank you.
Okay, it's time to begin the induction ceremony. My colleagues in the Patton College of Education will introduce each of the inductees. After each introduction, Dr. Greer will present the award, after which each of our inductees will be given the chance to speak if they wish to do so.
Good evening. Our first inductee is Ashley Adams. Ashley Adams, class of 2003, graduated from Pikeville College with a degree in secondary education, and she earned a master's degree in counseling from Morehead State University. She began her career at Betsy Lane High School, where she chaired the mathematics department. Since 2010, she's taught at Pikeville High School and currently teaches AP Statistics, AP Calculus, Algebra 2, and Trigonometry. She also serves as a chairperson of the mathematics department there and a vice chairperson of the School-Based Decision-Making Council. Beyond teaching, she's active in statewide education efforts, including the Committee for Mathematics Achievement and various leadership roles in Kentucky's education system. She sponsors the Pikeville Interact Club, leading community service projects such as blanket drives for nursing homes and assistance for the homeless. Her accomplishments include being a finalist for the 2020 Valvoline Kentucky Teacher of the Year and being named the 2024 Appalachian News Express Best in the Valley's Best School Teacher. She and her husband Brandon have 2 children, Kelsey and Cole. Miss Ashley Adams.
Good evening. So I just have a few things that I would like to say. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the University of Pikeville and Dr. Webb for this incredible honor and for their ongoing commitment to recognizing and valuing educators in our region. I also want to acknowledge several key individuals who have profoundly influenced my journey. Without their mentorship, guidance, collaboration, and friendship, I wouldn't be the educator I am today. I would like to thank Reva Sloan, Joyce Watson, Johnny Belcher, Robin Hill, Emily Lucas, Ginger Mullins, Jeanette Belcher, Brandon Blackburn, and all of my current and former colleagues and administrators. Additionally, I owe a debt of gratitude to my former teachers and administrators at Pikeville Elementary, Pikeville High School, and Pikeville College. And of course, my family. Your unwavering love and support mean the world to me. What makes tonight truly special is 2 of the people that are also being honored up here with me and I'm sharing this stage with. One is the newest member of our math department at Pikeville High School, Miss Candace Fleming. And we could not have made a better choice in welcoming you to the Panther family. And I'm just so excited to share opportunities for collaboration. Another person sharing this stage with me tonight really truly makes this an honor for me. I started my teaching career at Betsy Lane High School, and they had the best special education department anywhere, state, nationwide. And she taught me a lot of things. When I was first teaching, that is when we were making the transition from special ed being self-contained to collaborating with the regular education teachers every day in the classroom. And I was very intimidated at the prospect of having such a talented educator in my classroom. I had just started out, and then having someone with her experience and talent was much intimidating. But working with her was a transformative experience that taught me so much. She taught me that I didn't need to teach math, I needed to teach students. And she set the standard for all teachers that I collaborate with, and that's who I strive to meet with in every partnership that I have. Before I conclude, I just want to share a brief story about a little girl who dreamed of becoming a teacher. Every day, she would line her dolls up in her room, pretending to teach them all lessons she could remember from school. She even stuck chalk into her room to write on her painted walls, wiping it down quickly so she would avoid getting caught. Inspired by her grandmother and her aunt, who were teachers themselves, she spent many days in their classrooms, nurturing a dream that never faded. as I reflect on my own journey, especially after losing my grandmother this year. Sorry. She was my main mentor. That little girl was me. I'm living my dream every day. So to anyone here who dreams of becoming a teacher, hold on to that dream. Despite what you hear from others, including some teachers who tell people that I wouldn't become a teacher now, don't let those voices deter you. Yes, teaching is hard. My family knows this well. My husband and children are the backbone of my success, and their support and sacrifices have been invaluable. And teaching will present challenges, but with each obstacle comes an exponential amount of blessings. And I could go on for hours about all of those blessings that I've experienced in my career, but I'm gonna wrap up here. So thank you, University of Pikeville, for providing me with the education that allows me to live out the dreams of that little girl who once taught her dolls in her bedroom. Thank you.
Now it's my honor to introduce our next inductee, Melissa Davis. Melissa Davis, class of 2018, is the principal of Highland Elementary School in Johnson County School District, where she has served in an administrative capacity for nearly 7 years. Prior to this role, she spent 18 years teaching 8th grade mathematics at Johnson County Middle School, where she also coached girls basketball for nearly a decade. Her career has been marked by a strong commitment to both academics and athletics, fostering leadership among students. In addition to her professional role, Davis is actively involved in several organizations, including the Kentucky Education Association, Kentucky Association of School Administrators, and the Kentucky Kernel Program. She is also deeply committed to community service, supporting initiatives to aid students, the homeless, and other vulnerable populations. Davis has been recognized with multiple awards, including induction into the Johnson Central High School Hall of Fame. She is married to Bubby Davis, the pastor of Eastside Free Will Baptist Church in Thelma, Kentucky, where they serve in ministry together for more than 19 years. They have 2 children, Jules and Trey. The family recently welcomed a golden retriever named Tilly.
Hello there. I did not prepare a speech, so to say, so what she said earlier will say ditto for me. I do have a few people who I would like to thank who are here today. Also, thank you to UPIKE for having this ceremony. You know, in today's society, it isn't, education isn't necessarily as respected as it once was. So thank you for continuing trying to build educators up. Today I have with me my mom, who, first of all, I am a first-generation college graduate. So thank you to my mom. Can you wave, Mom, so they see you? So she was just a huge part of making sure that I had a college education. She worked hard, she saved money, she made sure that I went to college. I would say along my junior year of college, I called her, said, Mom, I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't go into education. And she said, no, I think you better think again. You're fine, you're gonna finish up. So, you know, of course, I stayed the course, and I want to speak to anybody who is sitting here that is involved in the education program. Even though this is my 25th year that I'm finishing, I would do it all again. It is so worth it. You're gonna have hard days, but man, what an impact you can have at all ages. You're going to impact your kids, you're going to impact your colleagues. It's just an amazing journey, and so I would not change that. To my husband who's here, he inherited all of my college debt. So thank you. I did not have a job when we got married, so he got to start paying those student loans off. So thank you for that. He's outstanding. Of course, we have been in the ministry for 19 years together, and so I give God all the glory in that situation. He has truly brought us through many things. And I have a couple of colleagues that are sitting here with me tonight. My assistant principal, Mr. Keith Patrick, and his wife, Lindsay, who are actually former students of mine, and so that turned into colleagues. So that's how old I am. I know it says that I graduated in 2018 from UPIKE. That was with my rank. So I'm finishing up 25 years. Mr. Patrick, thank you for nominating me for such a prestigious award. Thank you to UPIKE for having this. I just feel I feel like I'm really something tonight. So thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, welcome here again. It's my honor to introduce Miss Jennifer Ellis. Many times, and you get to go out and see classrooms, and you get to see the excitement and passion, and I see that throughout in a lot of these. But Miss Jennifer Ellis, class of '81, is a Pikeville College graduate, specializing in mathematics for grades 4 through 8. She currently teaches 8th grade math at Belfry Middle School, where she's been shaping young minds since 2009. Prior to this, she taught at Runyon Elementary School from 2002 to 2008. Ellis holds a bachelor's degree in psychology and mathematics, a Master of Arts in teaching from Morehead State University, and additional teaching from Morehead State University, and additional certification, in school administration and instructional leadership from Belmar University. She also earned her P-4 teacher certification from the University of the Cumberlands. Beyond her professional work, Ellis is deeply involved in her community. She is an active member of the McAndrews Church of Christ, where she serves as the primary Sunday school teacher. She is also affiliated with the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. Reflecting her dedication to her profession, she and her husband, Lee, enjoy family time with sons Andrew and Christopher and daughter-in-law, Carrie. This time, Miss Jennifer Ellis.
Yes, I'll put it there. I would like to thank the university for honoring teachers. I've often said teaching is a labor of love. My dad always told me I would be a good math teacher, so I began college with the intent of majoring in education, but I had a change of plans. You see, I was the quiet student who preferred the back seat, and the thought of me presenting in front of the classroom was terrifying to me. So I began working at a bank. I graduated, of course, with psychology and math double major. And it was there I found my teacher voice, met my husband, and became the mother of 2 wonderful sons. Sometimes in our lives we end up at the same place, but our journeys are vastly different. Some of us take detours only to realize they were necessary to get us to be where we needed to be in the end. I believe God directed my path as He promised in the book of Proverbs. So many teachers impacted my life. First, my mother taught me Sunday school, and she understood better than anyone the importance of active engagement in learning. Several math teachers, Mrs. Joetta Maynard, Mr. David Lester, and Mr. Robert Canties, made lasting impressions on me. My sisters and niece are some of the most conscientious, dedicated educators I know. They are a source of strength and inspiration to me. I would like to thank my sons and husband
for patiently waiting for me during meetings, lesson planning, and shopping at teacher stores. It's my weakness. Speaking of teacher stores, I want to thank my wonderful husband who always ensured I had needed supplies for my classroom. Finally, I want to mention my current and former students. You inspire me every day to be the best teacher I can possibly become. Yes, become. I'm always learning and growing as a teacher, and I'm truly blessed to be called a teacher. Thank you.
Well, I get to introduce Candace Fleming. The year of 2004, she graduated from the University of Pikeville. She started her teaching career in 2005, specializing in middle and high school science and mathematics. Fleming holds a Bachelor of Science in Education from Pikeville College and a Master of Science in Education from Walden University, focusing on integrating technology into the classroom. Fleming's teaching journey began at Millard School, where she taught 6th and 7th grade science for 15 years. She later served as a Gear Up academic interventionalist at Eastridge High School, where she provided targeted math interventions to help students excel academically. In 2024, she joined Pikeville High School as a math teacher, continuing her passion for making a difference in students' lives. In addition to her teaching roles, Fleming has contributed to school leadership as a site-based council member, leadership team participant, and teacher leader. She has also been recognized for her outstanding contributions to education, receiving the prestigious Redford Dameron Excellence in Teaching Award in 2005. Fleming is deeply involved in her community, actively volunteering with the 4-H Adult Council since 2016, where she served as treasurer and continues to participate in summer camps. She shares her life with fellow educator and husband and my colleague, UPIKE Associate Professor of Education, Johnny Fleming. Let us congratulate Candace Fleming.
Thank you so much for this incredible honor. Standing here today, I'm filled with excitement and appreciation. I've walked through this lobby many times and seen those signs out there and thought, it'd be nice to have my name. So now I have that opportunity. First, I want to thank my family and friends. Your support has been the foundation of my journey. Whether through late night discussions, encouraging words, or just being there, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd also like to express my deepest appreciation to my students, past, present, and future. You are the heart of everything I do as an educator. Your curiosity, creativity, and resilience inspire me every day. Every question you ask and every challenge you face motivates me to be a better teacher. Thank you to the University of Pikeville for this recognition. I promise to continue striving for excellence in education, not just for myself, but all of my students. Thank you.
Our next inductee is David Gibson. David is a dedicated educator and administrator with an extensive career in Kentucky school systems. He earned his bachelor's degree in social science from Morehead State University, followed by a master's degree in instructional leadership. He began his career as a social studies teacher and coach in Magoffin County, roles that he holds closest to his heart. During his career, he's held numerous leadership positions, including Director of Personnel, Director of Student Services, and Safe Schools Coordinator in Magoffin County Schools, where he was instrumental in improving student attendance and overseeing rebuilding efforts after the devastation of the 2012 tornado. Gibson became the first superintendent in Kentucky to be hired for a state-managed school system when he took over leadership of Breathitt County Schools in 2015, helping the district regain stability after a period of turmoil. Most recently, he served as superintendent of Paintsville Independent Schools, where his leadership saw significant academic and athletic improvements, as well as the creation of a K-12 economic development and entrepreneurial center. Under his guidance, Paintsville schools excelled, earning national recognition and raising millions for new initiatives. Despite his professional success, Gibson considers his most important role to be that of husband and father to his wife of 26 years, Anna Grace, and their two sons, Ryan and Brett.
Opening up a mic to the superintendents is a dangerous thing, so I wrote down some notes. Good evening, everyone, board members, faculty, staff. Oh, wait a minute, wrong speech. I don't deal with those folks anymore. Good evening to friends, family, colleagues. As I stand here today, I'm filled with mixed emotions, excitement to be surrounded by so many talented people that I'm afraid I may bring the level down a little bit, so I apologize for that. But mainly, I'm here with relief to know that I've survived 27 years in this career with my sanity. What a trip from Swampton, Kentucky to this moment. Wow. A lot of my pals this time of year would be expecting to set roadblocks on the train tracks during Halloween. I'm standing up here. I vividly remember my first day as superintendent. I strutted in like Vince McMahon with my big dreams and shiny new briefcase, only to realize real quick I had no idea what I was doing. It was like walking into a talent show with no talent. Thankfully, with the support of an amazing community and a few wise mentors who I'm pretty sure just felt sorry for me, I slowly found my way. Being a successful leader, especially in this role, depends on many factors. But one thing stands out to me that I think means more than anything, and it's a statement from my wife in my first year in Breathitt. She said, "Be who you are and everything else will take care of itself." She actually said that on the way up here tonight. She didn't know I had that in my speech. Fortunately, she still likes who I am because she is still here, and I'm pretty sure I can't change at this point. Over the years, my team at Breathitt and Paintsville faced many challenges, dealing with tragedies, state management. And let's not forget the infamous baseball fence that caught fire. Yes, that really happened. A baseball fence caught fire, and we're still trying to figure out why. But through it all, we came together as a team, proving that nothing is too big to tackle when you have a dedicated team. From improving test scores, launching initiatives that transformed our classrooms, I'm immensely proud of what we achieved. We just build schools. We just build communities. We just build adults. We build a place where students feel safe, where faculty feels treasured and valued. And occasionally they feel confused because of the superintendent's silly jokes. I'll never forget the joy of seeing our students excel, whether in academics or athletics or the arts. Watching them grow has been one of the greatest rewards of my career, and let's not overlook those unforgettable school events like state championships, blue ribbon schools, top ACT rankings, and that incredible moment at the Christmas concert where a young man who was driving us all crazy stood up and opened his voice and an angel sound came out. I'm still in shock about that. I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of such a distinguished group. But it was without my staff, who, by the way, one of them is being honored here tonight. Running a school is like 1,000 miracles every day. From getting up, to getting on the bus, to getting clothed, to getting to school, to getting off the bus, to getting to the breakfast table, to getting to the classroom, to remembering your pencil and paper. Oh, forget. How could we allow a kid to forget pencil and paper? Now, all those miracles happen every single day in the school system. And we take that for granted. To me, it's one of the greatest things that we do as a society. Now for the heartfelt part, I'll try not to cry. To all my teachers, kids, community members, board members, thank you for making the last decade of service truly remarkable. Steph, Teachers like you is what made me get up every morning. To my incredible secretaries, Robin Fairchild at Paintsville and Stacy McKnight, you kept me sane, and I'm pretty sure I owe you a lifetime of counseling service. To my friends who listened to my crazy stories, John Doug Miller, Tommy Poe, Morris Copley, Will Noble, Philip Watts, and Georgia Baldwin. All of those stories were true. I've got the receipts. To my admin teams in Breathitt and Paintsville, we literally saw it all. Well, except for that alien invasion that they say is getting ready to happen here pretty soon. To Jim Ham and Carolyn Spangler from KDE, my guardian angels. To Jamie Ward and Tiffany Austin. Thanks for being tough. Carla, Dr. Carla McCarty. Thanks for being my friend and personal counselor. You deserve a vacation for putting up with me, but you do that every month, so I don't know what to do for you. To my family, my sister, Nikki, and brother Eric, Dee Dee, and my Uncle Denny, all of my aunts and uncles. Without that support, we can't do what we do. From our dogs to our aunts to our grandparents, we educators can't function without support. To my dad, Garney, and my mom, Vicki. Mom, I got my strength from you. To my sons, Ryan and Brett, your excellence in life kept me striving for more, even when it meant dragging you out of the bed on the weekend saying, hey boys, we got some holes to dig. And finally, to my incredible wife of 26 years, thank you for allowing me to reach for my dreams and letting me complain about it the whole time. You deserve a medal or at least a nice dinner. Does tonight count? In closing, finally, thank you for allowing me to be recognized with such a distinguished group. This means the world to me. To all educators, keep pushing forward. It's the greatest profession and the most honorable profession in the world. We literally change lives every single day. I'm a product of that. The people behind me are a product of that. Some educators somewhere touch their lives. Remember, dream big. Keep pushing forward against all odds. Remember to laugh, because we never get out of this world alive. Thank you so much.
Okay, now I'd like to introduce Stephanie Hammonds. Stephanie Hammonds, class of 1994, has devoted more than 30 years to the field of special education. A graduate of Pikeville College, she began her journey after discovering her passion for helping students with dyslexia. She earned her degree in learning and behavior disorders and later pursued a master's degree from Morehead State University. In 2017, she became a national board-certified teacher as an exceptional needs specialist, a certification she maintained in 2021. Currently, Hammond serves as a special education teacher and Job Corps instructor at Paintsville High School and the Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center. She is an active member of the Kentucky Education Association and the Kentucky Educational Development Corporation Transition Cadre. In 2023, Hammonds was named the Council of Exceptional Children Special Education Teacher of the Year. Beyond her professional accomplishments, she is deeply involved in her community. She actively participates in animal rescue efforts, serves as a vacation Bible school teacher, and is a member of the Stonecrest RC Flyers. She is also a committed member of her local church, where she plays a key role in various activities. She and her husband, Sean, have 2 children, Wayne and Katie.
I'd like to start by saying thank you to the University of Pikeville considering me worthy of this recognition and congratulate all of this year's inductees. many of which I've had the chance to work with at the beginning of my career and getting close to the end of my career. It's an honor to share this stage with each of you. I can assure you that if anyone had told high school me or even college me that I would be standing here today being inducted into the Distinguished Educators Hall of Fame, well, I would have definitely giggled. Yet today, here I stand accepting an award for a career, or rather a calling, that has blessed me in more rewards than I could have ever dreamed imaginable. I knew at 18, after tutoring students with dyslexia, that I would become a special education teacher. I know in this world of uncertainties that I chose the correct career path for me. I pray that I've impacted the lives of each student that has entered my classroom as much as they have impacted mine. I consider a successful teaching career as one in which you have witnessed and celebrated the success of your students. During the pandemic, I asked my husband to take one of these little silly magazine quizzes with me. One of the questions was, "What makes you proud of me?" And he said, "How you love your kids." Well, that's what I refer to my students as. So I would like to share this induction tonight with all of my past and present students. Many people have played a vital role in my story as an educator. I first want to thank my mom for rushing this first-generation college student to what was then Pikeville College to get me registered when I decided last minute, I'm not leaving home. And to my forever best friend, Stacy, who is not here, she's on MIA duty, thank you for making me find a career path and not accepting, "I just don't think college is for me" excuse. Thank you to my husband, Sean, and my children, Wayne and Katie, for always being my biggest supporters in each of my academic endeavors. Obviously, I found out somewhere along the way that college was for me and become a lifelong learner. Wayne, thank you for letting me fall in love with education all over again. I love watching your passion and your enthusiasm for your students, and there's nobody I'd rather talk shop with. The field of special education is lucky to have you, and it's an honor to have you follow in my footsteps. And never doubt that you're making a difference. Katie, your empathy and compassion as a nurse brings me so much joy. Yes, it's all about you, Katie. I'm glad you chose to do you and take the path less traveled. Thank you for telling me when I went to my first meeting for my national boards to sit with people I didn't know, because that's how I would make friends, or sit with the person by themselves because they needed a friend. Your sweet soul and your kindness and your willingness to always share a seat at your table inspires me every day. Throughout my career, I've been privileged to work alongside some of the best educators in the business. These colleagues have turned into friends that are more like family to me. I thank each of you for sharing your knowledge with me and helping shape me into the educator I am today. If I'm a good teacher, it's because I've learned from the best. God has truly blessed me with the best family, school family, church family, and bridge club. Because of their support and encouragement, I'm able to go in every day and advocate for my students. Teaching is not an easy profession, but there's not a more rewarding profession. I'm grateful for this chapter of my life and my career, but I look forward to the ones that are coming. And I want to thank each of you, all the educators, for what you have done and will continue to do for our youth. Thank you.
All right. If you excuse me, I want to take a commercial break, and I want to do a plug for the Patton College of Education. The reason why is I want to thank Mr. Belcher, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Moon, Mrs. Davis for letting us have our student teachers in your schools. What better to become future distinguished educators than to be with distinguished administrators? So thank you all. And also thank some of these distinguished educators, Miss Moon back there. I think we got Miss Ellis, Miss Kidd, who are distinguished educators that are allowing us to have student teachers in their classrooms. Again, what better way for future educators to learn from distinguished teachers? So thank you for letting me take a commercial break. Now we'll get back. Our next inductee to the 2024 Distinguished Educator Hall of Fame, Miss Heather Nicole Kidd. She serves as a fourth grade math and science teacher at Bevins Elementary in Sydney, where she is actively involved in leadership roles, including the instructional leadership team and site-based council. She is also a math PLC facilitator and has mentored student teachers throughout her career. Before joining Bevins Elementary in 2016, Kidd taught fifth grade math and served as an elementary academics coach at Mullins School in Pikeville. Her early career began as a fifth grade math teacher or tutor at Johns Creek School in Meta, where she also served as a Too Good for Drugs educator. She earned her Rank 1 certification from the Kentucky Education Developmental Corporation and holds a Master of Arts in School Counseling and a Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education from Morehead State University. She also has an Associate of Arts degree from KCTCS Big Sandy. In addition to her professional accomplishments, Kidd is deeply committed to her community. She is an active member of her church, where she volunteers and works with youth, extending her passion for education beyond the classroom. Together, she and her husband, Jason, have 3 children, Kaylee, Jace, and Addie Lynn.
Good evening. I'm extremely blessed and honored to be here tonight amongst so many amazing educators. As I reflect on my journey so far as an educator, I'm reminded of the countless teachers and mentors who've inspired me along the way. When I was in second grade, that is when my dream started to become a teacher. I had one particular teacher, Miss Linda Blackburn, who poured into me my love for learning, sending worksheets home so I could play teacher with my little cousins. Later, as I began my own teaching journey, I was placed with more amazing teachers that helped mentor me and learn what it meant to be an effective teacher and build strong student relationships. Some of those very individuals' names hang on the wall outside as distinguished educators. Each of us have been shaped by mentors who believed in us, challenged us, and ignited our passion for teaching. It is their commitment to excellence that has paved the way for our success and our students' success. Education is not just a job. It is a calling that requires flexibility, creativity, and belief in the potential of every student. We are tasked with not only teaching just the content, but teaching the student and fostering their critical thinking, sparking curiosity, and instilling a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation for this incredible honor and to my family, friends, and colleagues who have supported me along the way. Thank you for this incredible recognition and the opportunity to be part of such a remarkable community of educators.
Anna Shepard. Anna Shepard is a retired educator who served as the superintendent of Floyd County Schools until August the 1st, 2024. A native of Magoffin County, Shepard began her educational career after earning her associate's degree at Prestonsburg Community College. She obtained additional certifications from the University of Pikeville, Morehead State University, and the University of Kentucky. With over 32 years in education, Shepard's roles included primary school teacher, curriculum resource teacher, and the chief early childhood officer. Under her leadership, Floyd County Schools achieved a 5-star rating for all early childhood classrooms. She also led significant initiatives like the literacy learning and lunch program and the preschool bus on wheels. Her contributions have been recognized with awards such as Superintendent of the Year 2024 and the Kentucky School Board Association's Peak Award in 2019. She was a member of the Governor's Early Childhood Advisory Council from 2011 to 2018 and has been active with the Kentucky Women in Education Leadership CEOs and the Floyd County Rotary Club. Shepherd enjoys spending family time with her husband, Carlos Smith, daughter Vanessa, and son-in-law Cameron Gossel. Please help us congratulate Anna Shepherd.
Good evening. Thank you for that kind introduction. Thank you to UPIKE and the Distinguished Educator Committee. It is an honor to be inducted along with this fine group of professionals on the stage this evening, as well as all those whose names are listed on the walls already here at UPIKE. Congratulations to each of you. My decision to be an educator 32 years ago began with me being a teen mom and choosing to be a stay-at-home mom with my daughter Vanessa until she entered kindergarten. I was inspired by all she was learning and doing through those first 5 years. The students I have had the privilege of serving have been the absolute favorite part of my 32-year education journey, as well as meeting the families and earning their trust and friendship. I am grateful for all the excellent coaches, mentors, and educators that I have had the privilege of working and growing with. I accept this award on behalf of each of them. I have worked with many of them in Floyd County schools and surrounding counties in this region and our Commonwealth. I'm speaking of those distinguished educators who are not concerned about a title, but those who truly engage with students and families, empower them, and equip them so they can dream big for their futures and experience success in life. Those who are helping impact our region for the betterment of everyone. I often refer to these individuals as those who walk the talk. They put action to their words and beliefs. They inspire the next generation. Likely, everyone here is familiar with the Chinese proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child." I would like to suggest that it takes a village of supportive board members like Dr. Chandra Varia, William Newsom Jr., and Linda Gearhart, friends and outstanding leaders and educators themselves like Kimberly Grubb, Dr. Patricia Watson, Eunice Waddles, Janet Turner, Sandy and Kathy Conley, and Laura Cornett, community supporters like John and Jean Rosenberg, a 2024 Kentucky Association of School Administrators Administrative Assistant of the Year, Maggie Allen, and a loving and supporting family to raise me, now awarded this prestigious title, a distinguished educator. No one can achieve success without the love and support of a village of individuals willing to invest their time, energy, and share their knowledge and expertise. I have had that support and certainly have been blessed by God throughout my life and through many endeavors. To my sisters, Bernice Cole and Penny McGuire, who have been my sounding board and springboard for much of my work, my son-in-law, Cameron Grossel, my niece, Tammy Lafferty, my daughter, Vanessa, who has encouraged, inspired, assisted, been by my side, and involved in most tasks of my career, and been such a role model for me throughout the years, and my husband, Carlos Smith, to whom I am so thankful for sharing this journey with me. Carlos saw the deep commitment I had to fulfill my various roles. In whatever way Carlos could support me, he did. For example, when I was superintendent, Carlos attended each school and district trip, conference, evening, weekend events, packed my lunches, ironed my clothes, was my driver to conferences so I could work on the road, made fudge for my staff, and simply just did whatever it took to make life smooth and enjoyable as possible on each and every day of the week. I thank you. There is no one like you. To all my loving family, friends, and colleagues, I thank you. I love you. I am grateful for each of you, and I know I am blessed. Thanks.
Our next inductee is Robert Simpson. Robert has been an educator at Wallens Elementary School since 1999. He began his journey in education as a math teacher and transitioned into his current role as assistant principal, continuing to serve the school with dedication and leadership. Simpson holds a bachelor's degree in education from Union College, a master's degree in educational administration, and he earned his rank 1 in supervision of instruction. Throughout his career, he's been an active member of the Kentucky Education Association and the Kentucky Association of School Administrators. In addition to his educational work, Simpson has been deeply involved in community service. He served on the Harlan County Rescue Squad for 17 years and coached both football and basketball. His commitment to student safety and well-being is evident through his participation in Wallens Elementary's threat assessment and trauma-informed teams, as well as his role on the Site-Based Decision-Making Council. Simpson resides in Kentucky with his wife, April, and their 2 sons, Evan and Ethan. Robert couldn't be with us this evening, but my understanding is that he and his family are joining us via our live stream. So please join me in congratulating Robert.
Our next inductee is Bethany Thompson. Bethany Thompson, class of 2003, is a passionate educator and community advocate. With 21 years of teaching experience in Pike County schools, Thompson has taught math at Johns Creek Elementary and is currently instructing algebra, geometry, and advanced courses at Pike Central High School. Additionally, she serves as a school bus driver, and her contributions extend beyond the classroom through her involvement in various committees, including ITTL, MDC, and the Flipped Classroom Project, and leadership roles such as Math Department Chair. She also sponsors the National Honor Society Beta Club, participates in the bar program, and helps coach an elementary cheer team. Married to Chad Thompson, the principal of Johns Creek Elementary, she is an integral part of a blended family with 8 children. Her large family includes Blake and wife Alyssa, Allie, and her husband Matthew, Blair and husband Kendall, Ben, Luke, Bree, Eli, and Lydia, along with her grandchild Hadley. Active in community service, Thompson offers piano lessons and is a member of the Coal Run Church of Christ. She volunteers at school, supports her children's extracurricular activities, and has a deep commitment to adoption advocacy, having adopted 2 children from China. Her educational achievements include graduating as valedictorian from Pikeville College in 2003 and earning a master's degree from Walden University in integrating technology in the classroom and being a national board certified teacher for 15 years.
Thank you so much for this. When I look at the names on the wall outside and I see those with me on the stage today, I really question if I'm really worthy of this honor, and I'm so humbled. But thank you, UPIKE Education Department, for believing in me, and presidents for continuing to serve my children here. I want to thank my parents for always supporting me, for my educator sister, Sarah Moon, who was inducted here last year, and her husband, Matt. all my wonderful children who fill up an entire row down there, and my colleagues who are more like my friends, and especially to my hardworking husband, who is a elementary school principal and who's pushed me to do things beyond what I ever thought I could do. But the people I really want to thank tonight are my students who have sat in my classrooms the last 21 years, some who are here today. They are why I do what I do. In 1999, in my first education class here at Pikeville College, I was asked to write my philosophy of education. Last year, the dual credit education teacher at my high school, she asked me to dig it out and use it as an example for her students to read before they wrote theirs. So I found it, and I'm embarrassed to admit I hadn't read it in about 20 years. So I was curious to see if my thoughts had changed. When I read it, I was pleasantly surprised that my thoughts had not changed. I've spent my entire career in the classroom. Thousands of kids have sat in front of me as I've taught them math. Some I've taught 2 or 3 times. But I could have written the statements I made back in 1999. I could have written them today. Because education isn't about schedules, grades, programs, curriculums, or even content. Education is about the kids. And during the year that they are with me, they become mine. A couple of years ago, I had a very memorable moment at open house. I had a student from my very first year teaching walk into my classroom, and a wave of deja vu came over me because I just happened to be teaching in the same actual classroom that I'd started in, and I was happy to see her, and then she introduced me to her 15-year-old daughter, who was my new student, and before I even thought about it, I reached and I gave that young girl a hug, and I said, I'm so happy to be teaching you. You're my grand student. That interaction solidified to me how real the relationships that I make in my classroom, how real they are. Well, the last 10 years or so, I have really focused on teaching the 8 mathematical practices in my content, because that is really what I want to teach. I've daily encouraged my students to think logically, to be careful with their work, and how to recognize patterns to solve problems, because they may not remember, calculus or upper level math, but they will learn lifelong skills in my room. But even beyond that, to many of my students, math was not the most important thing that I was teaching. I hope my students have learned that hard work feels good, and that it's okay to make mistakes if we learn from them, and I hope that they know that they are loved. Several of my former students are now my kids' coaches and my kids' teachers. They're my nurses, my mechanics, my first responders, and they are my financial advisors. Well, in 1999, the last statement of my philosophy was how education is about preparing students for their futures because they are the future. And while that's true, I look back now and I realize that they're really my present in every way, and they always have been. So to the future educators here tonight, including my daughter Allie, who is student teaching this semester here at UPIKE, I encourage you to always keep the main thing, and that would be it's about the kids. This is where you're going to find fulfillment on the hard days, and you're going to find fulfillment every day, and how you're going to realize that teaching really is the greatest profession. Thank you again for this honor, and I really appreciate it.
As we celebrate the 2024 class of distinguished educators, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound impact that they have had on students' lives. In a world that often moves too quickly, they remind us of the importance of patience, understanding, and compassion. Educators are the architects of the future, shaping minds and hearts with each lesson, with each word of encouragement, with each moment of support. In conclusion, I want to thank all of you for joining us for this momentous occasion. Together, let's honor the achievements of the 2024 Distinguished Educators and the lasting legacy they have created. Let's give them a hand.